On July 4th, 2025, in Arkansas, John Stevenson Jr. was spotted flying down Interstate 330 at 158 miles per hour in a Dodge Charger. Stevenson was trying to impress his girlfriend, but instead led troopers on a high-speed chase that ended in a violent crash.
Go ahead and bombs up. It's going 141, 28.
Arkansas trooper picked up the chase near mile marker 7, and Stevenson was still pushing 160 miles per hour. Troopers were barely keeping up. It was just a matter of time before he wrecked.
Primary.
Yeah, 25, they're like, I'll meet you primary.
Got a gap on it. He's cutting in and out. Other people are primary. I'm not sure if it's primary or secondary, but I'm third. I'm westbound to Service Road. Speed limit.
We are passing into PDASP with Benton.
10-4.
Red out. Vehicle over there.
10 forward to 20.
Holy fucking shit, bro!
Oh my God.
Holy fucking shit!
Oh my God, stop.
Fucking God, bro!
Stevenson was going way too fast to handle a sharp turn, and that's when it all fell apart. He lost control and crashed hard. The wreck was brutal, but somehow both he and his girlfriend made it out alive. Stevenson's now facing a pile of charges: felony fleeing, reckless driving, first and second degree battery, and more. With how fast and dangerous he drove, he's looking at serious prison time. November 16th, 2024, just after 6 p.m., when troopers T. Phelps and E. Ho spotted a Pontiac Grand Am on Towson Avenue in Fort Smith with no license plate. They tried to make a traffic stop, but the driver, 23-year-old Kevin Swafford, had no intention of pulling over. In the passenger seat was 25-year-old Calvin Eubanks, also from Fort Smith. He was along for the ride, but he wouldn't make it out alive.
Southbound. 0 going on 0. Go passing 271 on 0. 0, 0, 5, 1, 0, 0. G's 80.
Correction. Start over or continue speaking numbers.
Getting land on 0.
Correction. Start over or continue speaking numbers.
Ran the red. South 24. Going on 0. Approaching South 31st on 0. Traffic still medium. Ran the red at South 31st.
At the corner of 0 and 31st, Swafford blew through another red light. He smashed into 3 other vehicles at high speed. The Pontiac was torn apart. Both Swofford and Eubanks were ejected from the car. Troopers arrived at the crash site within moments. Eubanks was pronounced dead at the scene. Swofford was treated for minor injuries, then taken to the Sebastian County Jail. He's being held without bond, facing felony fleeing, and more charges, including those related to his passenger's death. If convicted, he could face up to 20 years in prison. On the morning of July 1st, 2016, police responded to reports of an armed robbery at a restaurant in Tinley Park, Illinois. 4 men fled the scene in a car, and officers quickly began a pursuit. It didn't take long for the chase to leave Tinley Park and enter the city of Chicago. As the suspects sped toward the West Pullman neighborhood, Chicago police were called in to assist. Witnesses later said the suspects were driving fast, ignoring traffic, and clearly trying to get away at any cost.
Northbound on Halsted 123. Northbound on Halsted 123. Look like we're gonna be bailing. Hold on.
Northbound Halsted 123.
Driving through a lot on 123.
Driving through a lot northbound Halsted 123.
Eastbound 123rd from Halsted.
Eastbound 123rd from Halsted.
Eastbound 123rd, passing Union. Give me CPD, get him.
123rd passing Union, requesting CPD.
Passing Wallace.
123rd passing Wallace.
Northbound in the alley of Wallace. Bailing. Hang on, they're still in.
Northbound in the alley at Wallace.
We're going southbound on Wallace from 124.
Southbound Wallace from 124.
Westbound on Wallace from 124. Down the alley.
Westbound Wallace from 124 down the alley.
Northbound on Wallace from 125th. I'm alone with Chicago. Where is Chicago at?
Northbound Wallace from the alley from 125th. CPD, all units are advised. Any units that can assist their units are on scene.
Northbound on Union from 125th. All right, I got 117 back with me. Oh, shit! Chicago, give me fire! CPD just got into a 1050 with him. Give me fire out here. Fuck! You guys all right?
The suspect's car slammed into an unmarked Chicago police SUV. The impact was so strong, it pushed the SUV into a nearby home, tearing apart a wheelchair ramp at the front steps. The suspect's car rolled over and landed on its roof. Inside the suspect vehicle, all 4 men were injured. 2 of them, 26-year-old Jimmy Malone and 22-year-old Ronald Arrington, were killed in the crash. The other 2 survived but were seriously hurt. 4 Chicago police officers were inside the SUV. Thankfully, none of them had life-threatening injuries. May 29th, around 6 p.m., troopers spotted a red GMC Envoy cruising way too fast on I-75 in Butler County. They hit the lights, expecting her to pull over, but 31-year-old Jennifer Wilson didn't even react. No brake lights, no slowing down, just, kept driving like they weren't even there.
Work on you can push her over towards the shoulder.
Light traffic.
You ever get a good visual of the driver?
I believe so. She made eye contact with us. Southbound 26 over 8.
Clearly will be down the county line. Traffic.
Off the right side of the road. Right in 31. Right, 31. Start EMS.
Dark squad, signal high. Emergency turn off the red, rolled over on 6.
She yanked the wheel to get back on, but it was too late. The SUV rolled multiple times and slammed into the median. Before troopers got there, a passing nurse pulled over and jumped in to help. Wilson was still breathing, shaken up, but somehow only minor injuries. On the night of December 26, 2022, a trooper tried to stop a black motorcycle with no rear light and a suspended tag. The rider pretended to pull over, but then dropped his body low and took off. He hit speeds near 130 miles per hour, flying down the road. But as he approached a gas station, a car was turning in. The rider had no time to react and slammed into it at full speed.
1050 ring, he just ran back of a car.
The crash was violent. The trooper immediately called for EMS and rushed to the scene. The suspect was barely breathing, then suddenly stopped. The rider, identified as Stephen Wilson, died from his injuries. He had a revoked license and several felony warrants. On Christmas Eve, a state trooper clocked a silver Honda doing 98 miles per hour on Interstate 40. The driver, a 33-year-old man from Virginia, pulled over and gave a fake name. Seconds later, he took off, turning a simple stop into a deadly pursuit. Pushing 113 miles per hour is dangerous enough, but doing it with Arkansas State Police on your tail? That's not a chase, it's a gamble with your life.
J26 horse.
26 good.
1022. Going in for the TBI. Speeds 88, light traffic, past the 64. Speeds increasing to 95. Coming up on moderate traffic, he's all over the road, speeds 104. Past TVI. Then 1016, rollover.
Near the 61-mile marker, troopers made their move. The pit maneuver hit hard, sending the Honda off the road and straight into the woods. At that speed, there was no walking away from what came next. The SUV tore through trees and came to rest in a mangled heap. The engine was ripped out, the roof crushed, and debris scattered in every direction. The driver was found partially ejected with fatal head injuries. The driver was wanted in Virginia on drug and fleeing charges. Inside the SUV, troopers found drugs, a loaded gun, a stun device, multiple phones, and a digital scale. He crossed state lines carrying everything but a way out. On August 18, 2024, drivers on I-40 in Arkansas started flooding 911 with calls about a silver Lexus. The car was flying down the highway at over 100 miles per hour. At the 51-mile marker, a trooper spotted the silver Lexus blazing eastbound at 116 miles per hour in a 75 zone. He hit the lights and sirens, launching into pursuit.
He just tried to take Lamar exit. We're still eastbound on 40. Maybe get some flexures now. Where are you at? Eastbound or westbound? You want to set up here at 78? Yeah, Temple, what's up? 78. Temple. J26 car. We're approaching at 57 home with it. The exit speed 130. High traffic.
At the 67 exit, the Lexus swerved hard and lost control. It launched into the median and flipped an estimated 15 times before slamming into the cable barriers and landing upside down. Troopers rushed toward the wreck, finding the car upside down in a ditch. The driver was gone. After a quick search, they found 23-year-old Kendall Jouette lying 30 yards away, severely injured and unresponsive after being thrown from the vehicle. She later passed away at hospital. On March 2nd, 2025, 29-year-old Bo Jensen was spotted ripping down Wisconsin highways at 140 miles per hour, passing cars on the shoulder and median. What started as a reckless joyride was heading straight for a deadly crash, and Bo had no idea what was coming.
Back down to approximately 70 miles per hour, going down one road, and increasing speeds again, slowly.
And we're speeding back up again. Current speed 95, right lane.
That's 95, right lane.
Passing mile marker 64.
364.
When you're fleeing from cops at 135 miles per hour, the last thing you want is to lose control of your car, and that's exactly what happened.
120, right lane, approaching Lexus.
Vehicle lost control, 1050 into the right ditch. Multiple rolls. Vehicle lost control, 1050 into the right ditch. Multiple rolls.
I'm gonna pop the store. Sure.
Bo hit gravel near exit 65, spun out, and went airborne. His Lexus flipped through the air before slamming into the ground behind a fence. After the crash, troopers climbed over a fence and found the Lexus upside down, but Bo wasn't inside. A drone spotted him 20 yards away in a field. He'd been thrown from the car during the flip. By the time EMS got to him, it was too late. Bo was already gone. At 2:18 a.m., the highway was nearly empty until an Infiniti sedan crossed paths with a Maryland Transportation Authority officer. Seconds later, a pursuit began, and within minutes, that quiet stretch of I-95 would be the scene of a tragic crash.
Dispatch, copy traffic. Disregard vehicle fled and it just crashed.
The crash happened near exit 55. Officers arrived to find the Infiniti completely destroyed. 2 people had been ejected from the vehicle. Dispatch ordered medics in immediately as responders scrambled to assess the scene.
16 dispatch, can you start medics? It's going to be 2 individuals ejected from vehicle.
One suspect was unresponsive as officers performed CPR at the scene but was pronounced dead shortly after. The other was critically injured and rushed to the hospital, where later died from his injuries. It was a warm summer evening in Englewood. People outside, kids on porches, just another quiet day on the south side. But at 4:43 p.m., everything changed. Chicago officers spotted the car. No traffic violation too serious, just enough to check. For a split second, everything was still, and then he ran. What was supposed to be a simple stop turned into something else, something deadly.
Taking off. Go ahead.
734.
Last play we ran. 734, we got a vehicle taking off from us eastbound from 71st to Peoria. Last play we ran. It's going to be a Chrysler 300.
734, you're westbound from Peoria and 71st. And what's the plate?
It's going to be the last play we ran.
Last plate is 742-4618. It comes back to a 2015 Chrysler. Okay, what's your location now?
71st and Parnell.
71st, Parnell.
What is it?
Parnell 730, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
Stop,
He just
slow
fucking...
down.
Yeah, I got it.
34, what you guys wanted for?
He just crashed 7-1 Sugar Squad.
734, we need an ambulance, quick.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
at 71 in Parnell, is there a crash? What's going on?
Yeah, the car that was involved, it crashed. The four occupants are... They trying to get out the car. Stay in the car, man. We need 4 ambulances over here.
As Washington sped through an intersection, the Chrysler slammed into a silver Mitsubishi, making a left turn. The impact launched the Chrysler into the air. It hit a tree and flipped, finally landing on its roof.
handcuffs. Get handcuffs. Handcuffs. My homie, bro.
Sit down. Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Sit down. Sit down.
Look at him, bro. Sit down. Look at him, bro. Hey, cuff him in front. I can't see this shit. Get me away from this shit. I can't see this shit.
Relax.
Get me away from this shit. Get him back. Get me away from this shit, please. Get me away from this shit.
Inside the Chrysler was 23-year-old Jason Yancey, a passenger from Dolton. He was partially ejected through the window. Paramedics rushed to the scene, but Yancey was later pronounced dead at Holy Cross Hospital. Also in the Chrysler were 2 more passengers, Mario Morgan and Donnie Thomas. One was in fair condition. The other had more serious injuries, but survived.
Are you okay? Yeah.
Make sure they're okay.
Look at me.
Good.
Okay?
I'm good. I'm great.
Denzel Washington was charged with aggravated DUI and reckless homicide. Prosecutors said he was under the influence of alcohol and ecstasy during the crash. If convicted, he could face up to 28 years in prison. It was just past 9 p.m. on April 1st, 2024. 3 people were inside a white Ford Fusion speeding down Interstate 40 in Arkansas, laughing, maybe talking, maybe thinking it was just another drive through the night. But they had no idea what was coming. Near mile marker 263, an Arkansas state trooper noticed them. The car was riding too close to a semi-truck.
White Ford Fusion 265, exit eastbound.
City standby.
10 tag.
The trooper went for a pit maneuver, hoping to end it early. But it didn't work. That Fusion didn't even flinch. And then things got worse.
You're advised it turns into a gravel road.
Yeah, I believe so. At some point it does. Yeah, if you're on Batesville Road, it's going to turn to gravel pretty quick. 5556, take the 265, go north. 897, go ahead towards Buck Lake Road.
I just lost the tail lights. It turned to gravel. I'm slowing down. Yeah, wrecked out. Rollover, give me a 1016.
10-4. With him.
Show me your heads! Get on the ground! Show me your heads!
The Fusion plunged into the dust cloud, kicking up a storm so thick it swallowed its taillights. For a second it vanished, then suddenly it reappeared. Upside down, in a ditch, Courtney Ridgway, the driver, was found 40 feet from the car, lying in a nearby field. She was barely breathing, unresponsive. EMTs rushed in, fire crews joined. But it was too late. She was pronounced dead at 10:42 p.m. The chase was over, but it ended with 1 life lost and 2 others facing the weight of what just happened. Just after 4 a.m., officers responded to a hit-and-run in Waldorf. The suspect had fled, but a witness identified him as 50-year-old Darrell Bird. While still investigating, officers spotted Bird driving by, this time in a different pickup truck. He stopped briefly when they tried to pull him over, then suddenly took off, sparking a pursuit.
Give me another unit, please. Huntington Woods and St. Mark.
Going back.
Around 8 Edward North, 2624. He's driving away.
Who's the suspect in the hit room?
Wow, so where is this 1050?
Bird lost control of the truck and crashed into the trees. The impact was violent. The vehicle was completely totaled. By the time EMS arrived, Darrell Bird had already passed away at the scene. No other vehicles were involved. In East Baltimore, police tried to stop a stolen vehicle around North Avenue. The driver refused to comply and took off, turning a routine traffic stop into a full pursuit through city streets.
You just got a car, collapsed building just fell on it, North and Wolf. Get some units, a couple medics. Hit a civilian vehicle, a building collapsed on it, on both vehicles. Start a couple medics. Signal 13, signal 13, door and wall.
Let me see it! 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 Dad, give me your hands! Let me see it!
The chase ended in a crash at North Avenue and Wolf Street. 2 cars collided and slammed into a house. 5 people were injured. A pedestrian, 54-year-old Alfred Fincher, was killed, and the fleeing driver also died from injuries sustained in the crash. September 14, 2022. It could have been just a simple phone ticket, but when 24-year-old Javon Richards refused to pull over, it turned into a high-speed chase and ended in a deadly crash. Richards swerved straight into oncoming traffic. He flew down Veterans Parkway going the wrong way, nearly hitting cars head-on. Troopers tried to keep up, but it was clear this wasn't going to end clean. Richards ran the red light without hesitation, and that's when everything came apart. A white Infiniti SUV slammed into him. The impact threw his car into a guardrail and then into another vehicle. 3 cars wrecked in seconds. It was a brutal crash. Firefighters arrived within minutes, but it was already too late. Richards wasn't breathing and paramedics couldn't bring him back. At 2:01 p.m., he was pronounced dead at the hospital. A mother came searching for her son, but the chase had already taken everything. It all started at Cleveland Hopkins Airport when 23-year-old Mackles Scruggs stole a car and drove straight into a nightmare. Instead of laying low, he took off, leading police on a wild multi-state pursuit that would end in tragedy. While responding, another trooper cleared a red light at a busy intersection, but out of nowhere, a red pickup truck came from the right at a crossover.
Street 114, still southbound, passing exit 14.
Oh my gosh.
The 65-year-old driver didn't hear the sirens through traffic and never saw the cruiser coming. The trooper hit the truck, flipping it onto its roof. The man was hospitalized and later passed away from his injuries. Scruggs was finally stopped on Interstate 76 in Pennsylvania, but not before causing chaos in 2 states. With 2 cruisers damaged and a civilian dead, he's now facing stacked felony charges across Ohio and Pennsylvania. If convicted, he's looking at over 10 years in prison. Missouri, police tried to pull over an SUV near Highway 150 and East Outer Road for a simple traffic violation. But instead of stopping, the driver stomped the gas and fled onto I-49, setting off a pursuit. The chase ended violently. The driver lost control near the interchange, and the SUV rolled multiple times across the roadway before landing wrecked. The crash was so severe it threw the driver clear from the vehicle. Dashcam showed the officer racing toward the wrecked SUV, scanning the crash site for the driver. He was soon found in a nearby ditch, badly injured and struggling to breathe. The officer, joined by a nurse and her husband who had witnessed the crash, fought to keep him alive until paramedics arrived and rushed him to the hospital. Despite all efforts, the suspect died from his injuries a few days later. On April 11, 2023, Arkansas State Police got a call that a woman had stabbed a man at a construction site, then drove to a gas station and stabbed 2 more people. A witness followed her as she sped off in a blue Ford Escape. Deputies and troopers caught up near Highway 88, and just like that, the chase was on.
5 to 8, can you go eastbound or west?
We're back eastbound on 70, as in Magic Springs. I'm trying to catch up.
You're coming up on Magic Springs.
Yeah, we're moving right, moving right.
Hot Springs, Highway 37.
Troopers nailed her with a pit maneuver near a gas station. The SUV spun out, slammed to a stop, and the suspect was pinned inside. She was badly hurt, and officers immediately called for EMS and fire crews. The suspect was pulled from the wreck with severe injuries and rushed to the hospital in critical condition. Despite efforts from medical staff, she later died from her injuries.